I want to remind the board and our guests that this Saturday night at April 20th will be our junior-senior prom. It begins at 8 p.m. at the Waycross City Auditorium. Mr. Allen, if you'll go ahead and advance to the next slide, we're going to have Miss Roxy Tumlin come up and give us just a little update about this past Saturday, the Heron Hustle.
Good evening, everyone. I just would like to say thanks to everyone who came out Saturday morning for our Heron Hustle Fun Run and 5K. We had 275 participants register for the 5K and the Fun Run together, so we had a great crowd. Every year we keep growing and growing. And it's raising money for our Special Olympics and our special education program, but also that day is about bringing awareness of students and adults with disabilities and that, you know, to include them in things that we all do. So it's a big day. It's something I enjoy, and the kids love it. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you to our sponsors, and thank you to the city police, the county, the fire department, the EMTs. I mean, without them, we could not put this on because they are there and supporting us that day of the race. So great job, and thanks to everyone who helped out that day.
Thank you, Ms. Tumlin. Next, I would like to ask Mr. Cummins to come forward and give us this sports update, please.
All right, good evening. That thing's loud. Okay. I'll try to keep it brief. I know we have a lot of recognition today, but we'll start with the middle school sports. They have all wrapped up their seasons. Baseball ended up beating Pierce County in the first round of the playoffs, but then they lost to Appling. So I think they finished 4th in the conference, but pretty good season. The middle school golf teams, they had the boys finish 3rd place overall and the girls in 6th. We did have some individuals that finished high. We had Brett Malloy and Hank Steely tying for 2nd place in the conference, and Madison Oquin on the girls' side for 6th place. Middle school track, they had their final track meets the March 18th and 19th. The girls finished 6th overall, with Jada Patterson finished in 1st in the conference in both the 100 and 200 meter run. The boys finished 3rd overall, and they only missed 2nd place by 6 points. So that's great. Kendall Wright finished 1st in the 200 meter run, and Wyatt Green 1st in the discus. So great job, exciting for those middle schoolers. Sounds like we got some good athletes coming on up to the high school. So to the high school, we'll start off with golf. They are finished with their regular season, preparing for the sectional qualifier. And we have Elise Nunke, who was a state, she went to state championship last year, so we think that she's going to return, and the whole team have a good chance of qualifying. Both Tanner Osteen and Jake Wood, as on the boys team, should qualify as well. The baseball team is playing their last region game tonight against Tattnall County, and they have qualified for the playoffs already. It's a matter of if they win, they've got a chance to move up as high as 2nd, which would mean we'd host the playoffs, depending on what some other teams do tonight as well. But it's great to have already clinched a playoff spot. Track, they are also getting ready for some of their state championships and region championships. April 24th and 25th, they'll go to Jeff Davis to qualify for sectionals to move on. We should have a number of athletes doing that. Boys soccer, they play their last home game tomorrow night against Pierce County, and the girls also will play Pierce County tomorrow night, and they are 3-9. So go out and support our soccer teams tomorrow night against Pierce County. And last but not least, for high school tennis, the boys finished 2nd in the region, and they will host Islands High School this Wednesday at 11 a.m. And the girls actually won the region championship. So congratulations to them. Their first round of state playoffs will be tomorrow at noon against Jenkins High School. So we'll need to keep an eye on both those teams. They should be able to advance, hopefully, a couple rounds in the state playoffs. So.
And that's here, correct?
That will be here tomorrow.
Okay.
Wednesday at 11 and tomorrow at 12.
All right, thank you.
Yep, that's it.
All right, Mr. Allen, if you'll advance that slide, it will show the high school sports, and that was the, go back one right there, yeah, the high school sports, and that was the different ones that have been competing here in the spring. All right, next slide, please. If you'll direct your attention to the PowerPoint, we'd like to spotlight some of our amazing students in Brantley. We have some 4-H district project winners from Nahunta Elementary School, our star student, Aaliyah Thornton, and her chosen star teacher, Miss Pamela Hammond. We have Madison Novak's signing day for LaGrange College softball, and a few of our precious students holding up awards that they got at Ribbon Day at Nahunta Primary School. Additionally, our ROTC representing us on St. Simon's. And a shout out from social media that was placed for our very own Jalen Williams being named the Player of the Year, and more information on that to come very soon in this meeting. Next slide. On this slide, we have great photos of our various family and community events. We have senior night baseball, field day at Nahunta Primary School, another picture from our Heron Hustle, and our very own high school Cinderella musical dinner show, which was a huge hit at Brantley County High School. Next slide. As you can see, we've been very busy during March and April. We've got the cow dance line at Brantley County Middle School, who entertained our kids before their annual Cow Patty Bingo fundraiser. And we had Adrian Peterson come speak to several of the schools. Peterson is a former Georgia Southern star and an 8-season NFL veteran with the Chicago Bears. He brought a message about overcoming adversity and understanding that hard work really does pay off. He struggled with a speech impediment as a child and had to work hard to overcome it, and now is a motivational speaker and is on the Georgia Southern coaching staff. We also are showcasing our new serving line at Waynesville Primary School. It is just the right height for our little primary students. We also have a picture of World Down Syndrome Day awareness, and as you can see, they are rocking their socks. Also showing purple attire for our military families. One last picture showcases Brantley County High School Field Day and the U.S. History Savannah Field Trip group. Next slide. We want to send out a special thank you to a very hardworking group. This past week, we had Assistant Principal Appreciation, and we are blessed in this county to have some of the very best. As you can see, those are our assistant principals in Brantley County. And we also want to give a shout out to our very own Dr. Lee, principal of Atkinson Elementary School. She has been named to the National Elementary School Principal Board for Georgia, or the state one for Georgia, and she went to the national convention in Washington, D.C. and lobbied on behalf of us for education. So we appreciate Dr. Lee going above and beyond to serve. Next slide. Finally, we have a quick little video. Sometimes in the spring, you just got to take a brain break, and that's exactly what these kindergartners did. Just wanted to show. We do a lot of learning and a lot of accelerating the lessons, but sometimes you just need to have some fun and have a break as well. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to our curriculum director, Dr. Angela Haney, and she is going to begin our student recognition for tonight.
Good afternoon, and we have several things to recognize tonight. And our very first thing, we've already recognized our competition for our tech winners, but we had some go to state and place first, second, and third place. So tonight, I'd like to recognize, and the principals will come up here and present their certificates. But tonight, I'd like to recognize Taylor Smith. He is from Hoboken Elementary School in 4th grade, and he won the state competition in first place for project programming. Good job, buddy. Our next winner is Rayleigh Strickland. She is from, HES, and she is in 6th grade, and she won 2nd place in Internet applications. is also from Hoboken Elementary, 6th grade, and she won 2nd place in Internet applications as well. Our next winner is Kyler Knox. He is from Nahunta Elementary School, and he won 3rd place in device modifications. Next, we have Gabe McCarty. Gabe won 3rd place in digital game design, and also his partner, and I would have to help with this one, Jason Vitaliano. I apologize, Vitaliano. I want to make sure I didn't mispronounce it. Also 3rd place.
Okay, Ms. Sloan.
We are very excited. These are our up and coming. These are the people you want to hire in just a few years. So keep an eye on these faces and these names. Our next competition winners are our regional science fair winners, 1st place. At this time, would Corey Jacobs come forward? Corey goes to Hoboken Elementary School. She is in 4th grade, and she won 1st place with her regional science project. And I'm going to continue calling these names. His grade. Kaylee Rowell, HES, 6th grade. And Kaylee also went on to state, our 6th graders can go on to state. And finally, Hannah Curis, did I say that well? Nahunta Elementary, 6th grade. We are so proud of these young ladies. Tonight, we're celebrating our budding young authors from Brentley County Schools, the winners for our System Young Authors Competition. The purpose of the Young Georgia Authors Writing Competition is to encourage students to develop enthusiasm for and expertise in writing and to recognize student achievement in arts and academics. This prestigious competition has been engaging Georgia students for more than 2 decades and is sponsored by the Georgia Language Arts Supervisors and the Georgia RESA Network with support from the Georgia Department of Education. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some amazing and creative kids in this room. We are very excited for them. They have done a wonderful job. I was able to read some of these pieces, and they will absolutely amaze you with their imagination and what the vocabulary and what comes out of these young authors. These students are being recognized as a system winner for their grade level tonight. Their writing pieces were also sent to our local RESA, and 3 of our students, in addition to winning the system award, won at the RESA region level competition in our area. These 3 students, I'll go ahead and mention their names, were Solis Smith, Myra Dell, and Tessa Dixon. And we also just found out today that Solis received honorable mention at the state level competition. So at this time, with these names, and I'm going to call these by grade level. So our first is Nahunta Primary School. Our kindergarten winner was Zyla Grant. For our 1st grade winner, WTS, was Aaliyah Cruz. Our second grade winner from WPS was Joshua Rao. Our third grade winner from WPS is Georgia Ann Cook. Our fourth grade winner from HES is Talon Smith. Our fifth grade winner from HES and brother of Talon is Solus Smith. This is a blessing to have this many kids. Our sixth grade winner from NES is Seth Chesser.
Okay. All right, look this way, everybody. Big smile. Thank you. Okay. Now we got this one. Right here.
And we're going to backtrack just a little bit because Miss Aaliyah just came in. We want to make sure we recognize her. So this is Miss Aaliyah Cruz, and again, she was our first place Young Authors winner. When you
Okay, Aaliyah, right here. 1, 2, 3.
For 7th grade, we have Bailey Pepich. And for 8th grade, we have Myra Dell. For 9th grade, we have Jesse Harrell.
3.
For 10th grade, we have Tessa Dixon. For 11th grade, Lauren Johnson. And for 12th grade, Aaliyah.
Not only do we have, a superstar athlete that goes to our school, he's also a great kid in the classroom and really does a good job in the classroom. He signed a full scholarship to go to Auburn University to play basketball next year. And last, I don't know, maybe the last couple of weeks, I don't remember the exact date, he was named as the 3A player of the state, player of the year for the state of Georgia. And so we're not only just proud of Jalen because of all the stuff he does on the basketball court too, but also just the great young man that he is. So, Coach Heron, do you want to say anything more about Jalen?
You said just about everything. I think we have been very blessed to have him and be able to watch him grow for the last 4 years. And he's well thought of, just like you said, by all the other schools in the area, coaches in the area. And it's been a great privilege to watch him grow. It's been an honor to watch him grow.
Yeah, and I'll tell y'all, a lot of, Jalen goes off and plays a lot, but Coach Heron goes above and beyond to help him too. So, a lot of this award is, Jalen gets out on the court, but he wouldn't be able to do it without Coach Heron and all the other basketball coaches that work with him here at the school. So we're extremely proud. If Coach Heron can maybe come up and join Jalen as we recognize him as the 3A player of the year for the state of Georgia.
And that completes the superintendent update for tonight.
I would like to thank all of y'all for coming. If y'all would like to be excused, we're going to have a recess for 3 minutes. You're welcome to stay if you would like to stay, but that concludes our recognition for our students.
Thank you.
Daddy. Daddy.
Hey, Gary. Gotta get them pictures of Gary. He don't get in public very often.
No, he does not.